Good morning, everyone. This is Craig the Computer Geek here, and this is the first in a series of podcasts we will be doing called Friday Forum. This week's guest is Ben Hanson, who is a general insurance broker and branch manager for MGA Insurance Brokers in Canberra. Welcome, Ben.
Thanks, Craig. Thanks for having me.
What we're aiming to do in this series is to give you all an idea of the services out there for home users and small business, and to find out a bit about how they use IT and the challenges they face at home or in the workplace. Ben, tell us a bit about yourself.
Thanks, Craig. Well, I've been a general insurance broker for about 8 or 9 years. I've worked here in the ACT in Canberra for about 11 years in the insurance industry. I have about 900 SME clients, and I really enjoy the business and working with my customers and learning about what they do and what they don't, and the risks that they face.
The Australian census was last week, and as you would all be aware, the website was unavailable due to a denial of service attack. What that means is the ABS website was hit with so much low-level traffic that genuine traffic from people trying to submit their census just couldn't get through, and the ABS had to actually take the website down. As a business owner, if you have a website, and you need to have a website, Ben, what does it mean for your business if you get hit with a DDoS attack?
That's a good question, Craig. Obviously, we've seen just last week what happened with the census, as you were saying. Just imagine as a small business if you rely heavily on customs via a website. And most businesses, whether they be retail, whether they're service providers, often maintain some sort of e-commerce on their website. Yeah. A hack and certainly a DDoS attack, a denial of service attack, would potentially mean your business closing down, even if it's just temporarily, whilst the website is down. So ensuring, I suppose, that you understand those risks, you mitigate those risks, and that you have the correct insurances in place to cover those costs when it does happen, I think is integral to a good sustainable business in the 21st century.
Yeah, so we were talking before off air about an analogy of what a DDoS attack would be to a website. Can you share that with us again?
Yeah, this was shared by a close friend of mine who works in this area in particular, and he described it simply as a regular website is a bit like your website is your street where you live, and you being able to access your street, or in this case the website, or your customer's ability to access it is like accessing your driveway. A DDoS attack is simply you live in a street with 20 other houses, and normally you can just drive straight in, access your driveway, buy the product or service, and then go about your day. A DDoS attack is essentially putting 10,000 people in that street, all of which trying to access these 20 driveways at the same time. And of course, you'd imagine, with a little imagination, that would be quite impossible. And eventually, what generally happens, as we saw with the census website, the website crashes or is forced to shut down because it potentially leaves you vulnerable to other types of attacks as well. The ABS, as an Australian government website, has very good prevention software for people stealing data, but the DDoS attacks, denial of service attacks, are something that are becoming more and more prevalent, especially on government websites.
One other thing that it does too, it also gives us a bit of a lack of confidence in that website too. If it is attacked and has to come down for a reason like that, then I guess people are thinking, well, perhaps this is going to happen in the future, and maybe my data would be compromised.
That's correct, and often if you're the business owner, then that's a concern, because your customers may go to across the road, effectively, digitally, to another competitor, and so the insurances are there as well to provide that sort of PR support for you as well. Obviously, there are various figures in our government at the moment that are managing this PR, but as a small business, that can be quite cost prohibitive, and the various cyber insurances can cover those costs for you as well to make sure that even after you're back up and running, your customers continue to utilise your website.
Okay, and as far as the general insurance field goes and how it relates in particular to IT, can you give us a bit of give us a bit of a look into the industry, I suppose, and what it is that that you guys can actually do?
Sure, Craig. Traditionally, I suppose, the last few years, a lot of our customers are concerned with physical losses to their business, and the usual things like public liability, broken glass, fires, all that type of stuff are our bread and butter. A lot of businesses, professional or otherwise, often maintain a server, and traditionally a lot of those businesses have insured against the breakdown of those servers, the consequential loss due to that breakdown, the restoration of data, etc., etc. But one of the things that we are seeing a real increase, is particularly in the last 12 or 18 months, is the number and the severity of cyber attacks on all kinds of SMEs. And I suppose one of the things that I'm talking to most of my clients about today is the importance of having some sort of cyber defence program. Some sort of insurances that provides cover for hacking, privacy breaches, and similar. It's something that it's a difficult question, a difficult discussion often to have at the moment with clients, because despite the bad publicity and all the headlines in the media, it's oftentimes most small businesses are not large enough to have their own IT department or whatever, and so they outsource their IT to someone like yourself, which is a smart thing to do. But they feel that my IT is taken care of. It's kind of something that just goes along, and
like a set and forget sort of thing.
Very true, very true. Yeah, people get busy in their businesses. They don't have time to be discussing the intricacies of their IT. As long as when their computer's switched on in the morning, it works. Then it's all good. But more and more, nearly on a weekly basis now, we're seeing customers that their businesses are being interrupted by things outside of their control. It's not the lightning strike anymore. It's not the fire. It's not the front door that's kicked in. It's the hacker from Eastern Europe or China or wherever that's breaching their database, often to their own and to their clients' detriment. And although insurances can't cover everything, there are products out there available to help for such problems.